Hello, this is a reading of Lank War, episode 1 through 3. And this reading is for Avalon in 6th grade, who asked me to read her story a while back. And this is proof that I did read your story because I'm going to be reading it right now. All right, so this is Lank War, episode 1 through 3 by Avalon. Bang, bang, bang! The rough sound of two dry, skin-sheared hands pounding against the old and rickety wooden table rushed through my ears. This woke me up from an evanescence daydream. I had thought of the enervating and deleterious times back in our foolishness days. That was a time of rancorous decisions of our clan. We selfishly stood alone, provoking loss of wisdom and leadership. At the time, we considered peace a simple thing, gained through war and riches. We thought that once we had it, it was there to stay. If only we knew how wrong we were. Ever since then, we regret thinking it would last us forever, but only to discover how easily it would be taken from us. Bang, bang, bang! The sound got louder. A soft voice came over me. Avalon? Avalon, wake up! My vision enclosed on me as faint image recurred when my fluttering eyelids slowly opened. Only then did I finally get the notion that I had fallen asleep during a council meeting, and I suddenly felt the need to converse my worries of our deleterious times to my friends, for we could not repeat them. My friends, now that's a whole story, but they say every story starts with a tale. First I met Johnson. I was venturing in the battle of Trusthold, defending my clanmates. I was brave but foolish. I thought that I could take on a warrior master such as Veltanuk, but I was wrong. For the first few periods I fought valiantly, but with my terrible luck, I had a gut feeling that something bad was about to happen. Sure enough, I was right. This gut feeling wasn't just a feeling, it was a sight. Captured in what some people might say your life flashing before your eyes. Some say that dying is quick, painless, easy. Some say that it's a small thing that passes quickly. They say it's simple. Everything stops working. Well, they were wrong. Well, at least at a stabbing point perspective of it. Instead of a short, quick, and just painless encounter with death, it was a piercing shriek of pain that rang throughout my body, knocking all the strength and confidence that took years to build up just shaken out of me. Neither a feeling of happiness nor sadness overcame me, just shock. Shock that I had fallen, shock of defeat, shock of weakness, which I never thought was a problem for me. I was dying, at least I thought. I gasped for air as shadowy figure grasped my wrist, intertwined them with steel ropes, slung me over its shoulders, and dragged me away. In effort to scream, I moaned and wailed and shrugged, trying to free myself. Even just talking took the strength out of me, so I gave up. I decided to accept whatever was to happen next. I had prevailed for too long, and my joints loosened, my muscles weakening, everything went black. Ugh, I moaned as my head jolted back and forth as I freed from severe convulsions, my eyes blurred in annoyance of the bright, resplendent daylight blinding my every choroid. I extended my arms in defense of myself, but was reluctant to do any harming. I finally fully gained back my vision. I squinted in result to see a boy, about my age, holding what seemed like a cold pack of water, tightly wrapped in some maple leaves on my forehead. For some reason, it seemed to help me redeem my memory. The first thing that came to my mind was my village. Did they survive the war? Did they defeat Master Voldemort? So many questions buzzed in my mind at the time, and none of them could seem to be answered by my brief memory only faintly coming back. His name was Johnson. He was a healer belonging in a secret cult of healers that practiced strong chi religion deep in the Reedswood forest. They said that they would help me heal and return to my original state, but only on one condition, that I would spread a secret only to those who would fight and take Johnson with me. I agreed. At first, I was reluctant about bringing Johnson, but I soon thought to myself how lonely I would feel without someone by my side. Later, Johnson and I met up to discuss where we would venture on our journey to gather the fighters for the secret. We soon decided that first we would head east towards the Raven-Shroud Mountains, then gather troops for Fort Clenorview. After that, we decided that we would take the westerly turn towards the Gringergrass valleys, heading towards Camp Zintel. Then we would gather troops at Quintic River and head back to Tintafine, the village of the cult healers and Johnson took part in. Many days we journeyed, searching inside and out for troops. We had passed the Ravenshaw Mountains and gathered troops at Fort Clenorview, and now we're heading west toward the Gringy Grass valleys to gather troops from Camp Zintel. Camp Zintel was known for its legendary archery. In fact, the great Wendokrakel mage was raised there, taught the fighting ways by the Zintelners. Each clan was known for something, whether it was fighting, magic, religion, war, or peace. Each one was highly respected for its chosen kill. We had finally arrived at Camp Sintel, and we rushed up to the entry. The Zintelners were usually quite kind to newcomers, but we caught a few sneers directed towards us as we strode through the town. As we approached the leader's tent, I halted, sighting an angry-looking man visually disapproving us. He glared and walked over to us and said, "You newcomers look quite stupid, y'all. Probably have no idea what you're doing here, you little dumbbags." I was not happy with that. Not at all. So I said, I did not come over the mountains, rivers, and valleys to get here and be called stupid dumbbag. The nastiest glare came upon his face when he swung his foot and kicked my shin real hard. I turned the nasty glare and swung my fist to his stomach and knocked the air out of him. We kept returning glances and hits, practicing beating each other up until we were thrown apart by visible force, which tosses me at least 5 feet in the air, about 7 feet from where I originally stood. What was this? I carefully wiped the dust and dirt off my eyelids and glanced up to see a girl about my age. She had a tan skin and dark brown hair, and she wore a dark green cloak, which brought out her hazel brown eyes. And that's when it hit me. She was a descendant from the great mage Wenderakel. I had only heard of her from the religious monks at Asper Castle. She was a legend. Apparently, she had come from a long line of great and powerful mages and wizards, but that's not what makes her great. As of what I had heard, she died in a great battle against the great wizard Lackward and with her father, the mage Wenderakel. Her name was Tiffany. Some say she vowed to her life to defeating Lackward, who was her father's mortal enemy. Sadly, Wenderakel was slain by Lackward, and they say she died in battle too. But many shadowers, mortals, had reportedly seen her around Sindor. They say that she's still alive because when her powerful father died, his power was passed to her, which allowed her to gain new life. She was still restraining her previous amount of power and reclaiming her title at Camp Zintel. As I lied on that hard floor, she glanced at me as if I was an alien, stared at me almost like she was investigating me, and then pulled me up from the ground with incredible strength and dragged me towards the large tent. Johnson followed. Once we had entered the tents, we explained our plan, our requests, and we told her the secret. She had known all about the awakening of the secret. In fact, she had already gathered trained 500 warriors and mages and gathered a group of healers to heal wounded soldiers. Now that you know about Tiffany and Johnson, I think it's time for you to know, understand, and accumulate the secret, for it is Lackward prophecy. Lackward prophecy. Secret. There is an awakening. I feel it in my blood, my veins, my power. Lackward is growing stronger and is determined to affiliate our lands. First, he will wipe out our healers, for they couldn't heal a soul. Then the mages, he sees power as a threat and will overcome any chance that he can get. Then he will take down the warriors. He has an army, but that is not all. He has summoned a spirit and yielded spirit of a warrior, given power of scrounger. He plans to rule all creatures with exploitation and misconduct. His power will surge throughout the land, never incapable of harming. But someone can stop him. Someone will annihilate him. Someone with the strength of a bull, the courage of a phoenix, the wit of a ferret, and the love of a god. An army will be arranged, and they will fight to the dark. And if not, he will eradicate the lands with his depravity. The Oracle of Fankundel. This was the threat of Lankward held. This prophecy was told to be fake after the Oracle of Fankundel was proven a fake when he was revealed as a shadower magician. This was not new news. In fact, many had expected this via this ability to heal. You see, oracles are a combination of warriors, mage, and healers, which was rare. The Oracle of Falkendel could fight and magic you, but not heal you. This was a shadower, without the magic, of course. They were just simple mind tricks taken for granted. To begin